In 2002, Alberto, a young Spanish agriculture student, was doing a placement in a small Irish aquaculture firm. Erwan and Tanguy, two French apprentice mechanics, were gaining work experience in a Dutch shipbuilding business. Emmeline, an Irish history of art student, was working at the Guggenheim Museum in Venice. All four had something in common. Their professional training experience was supported by the European Leonardo da Vinci program. 3 years later, in 2005, Guilya Fodor, a young Hungarian, went for training in Bar-le-Duc in France. He's doing an apprenticeship with a patisserie catering business in the town. In an enlarged Europe, he's a perfect example of the new Leonardo da Vinci generation.
A Leonardo da Vinci program nagy segítség nekünk, mert így sokkal könnyebb az élet Franciaországban, a lakás, a mindennapi megélhetés könnyebben megy így. Számunkra nagyon fontos, hogy itt lehetünk, illetve a többi fiatalnak is szerintem fontos lenne, hogy megismerjék Franciaországot, illetve Európát, megismerjék az itteni munkamorált, az itteni embereket, az itteni életet, és
Dominique Cordel, Guilya's boss, has long been in tune with the European idea. He regularly hires apprentices from Eastern Europe.
Ils ont une motivation beaucoup plus forte que nos Français. Même un Français qui est très motivé, ils ont quelque chose en plus. À mon avis, ça se ressent du fait que leur vie est plus dure là-haut. Et ils ont vraiment envie d'apprendre et ils sont très motivés.
Guilya's job is to prepare cooked dishes for customers. Here he can learn new ways of cooking, ways of working with his colleagues and customers, which are not always the same as the way things are done in Hungary.
Hát amit itt tanultam, az a pontosságra való törekvés, mind a munkában kiszolgálni a klienseket, a vendégeket maximálisan, látni az arcukon az elégedettséget. Azt hiszem, hogy ezt tanultam, illetve még a szakmán belül sok minden van, amit próbálok elsajátítani.
For Guilya, getting a placement here was a real stroke of luck. Cordel is one of the most reputable firms in the region, and his boss, a former professional trainer, is well known for training the best apprentices in France.
La chose la plus importante, c'est de transmettre son savoir. Plus on va transmettre, plus on évoluera. Les gens qui se renferment qui cachent leurs recettes, qui n'avancent pas, ceux-là, ils sont appelés à mourir. Je veux dire que si on veut se développer, si on veut s'ouvrir à des pays étrangers, s'ouvrir en l'occurrence à l'Europe, je veux dire, il faut transmettre, il faut savoir donner pour recevoir.
With his European experience, Guilya is now one of the young people who can put their training to good use on a job market which covers the entire European Union. Since 1995, more than 300,000 others like him have benefited from the Leonardo da Vinci program. In future, he may settle and find a job in Lorraine, unless, armed with all the know-how he's acquired in France, he decides to set up his own business back home or in any other EU member state.
What exactly, when you're writing to them, what kind of information do you exchange?
In 1998, the primary school at Newcastle West in Ireland became involved in a European partnership project. Teachers and pupils exchanged cultural, linguistic and educational experiences with schools in France, Holland and Sweden. The project was supported by the European Comenius program, which promotes European cooperation in education. In this school, Irish is the common language rather than English, but in the course of the exchange program, the children have also learnt to speak European.
After 2 years of Comenius, I believe they know they are true Irish children more than ever. But they also understand and believe that the world which exists out there in Europe is a vital part of their existence.
7 years later, in 2005, these children are looking back at their early childhood. They were 4 years old when this film was shot in their school. Today, they're 12, and some pupils, like Elaine, can recognize themselves back then. Their teacher is still working in the same classroom, but now the internet is an everyday part of lessons, and European projects are a constant feature of the syllabus.
7 years of European programs have made one huge difference, and that is that we've moved from the 20th century to the 21st century. We've moved from an analog century to a digital century.